And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Terra Invicta in our initiative run. We're on patch 1.0.28 at the moment. This run was initially started on release candidate 6. So quite a few patches in the meantime. The Alien Administration is back. We're rallying the armies to simply take Egypt from them, because basically they got Egypt. Egypt flipped. Egypt's going to get occupied very rapidly by the Caliphate, and the Caliphate will be happy about that. And then we did worm our way into the United States. We've got the first of 5, and it will not take us long to have the other 4. At which point, I think we have our GDP. Yeah, and I don't even need to hold all of the USA. I need to hold half of the USA. They're not going to be able to stop me from controlling all the USA, but I don't need to. Tech-wise, I might try redeveloping the current ships with the Dusty Plasma Radiator, see if that changes with the balance with that once that's done in June. Term assignments, let some time pass. We're kind of waiting for the noble metals to pile up to forward our ships. No research campus at Duke Base and Mars. Okay. Can we fleet launches for low Luna orbit? Do I care? Yeah, but that's going to cost me nobles to fight is the problem. If I actually want to resist. What's the worst I can do with Mars? At the moon. I think I have a couple bases up there that are providing a trickle of nobles. Yeah, that's Mercury, not Mars. Or not the moon. That's the moon. There we go. I have one base up there providing a grand total of 5.4 noble base. Not even 5.4 noble base. 5.4 total. Yeah, if they go up and they're blow that up, I'm just gonna accept it's been blown up. That's not worth the fuel cost to deal with.
Lending my expertise.
I would pay more nobles than fuel than that base is worth.
We've moved the needle.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Oh, we do have a couple army groups that the Duns did screwed up. You stop hunting. You stop hunting. You stop hunting. It's just the 3. We'll let them capture the Xenoform. You might actually push it into the alienation first while our guys are healing up on the border. You have declared war on Greece. Okay.
Mission complete.
Am I not allowed to declare on the... Does any of my guys have... No, I forgot to rival them. Whoops. You need to rival the enemy mission. Okay, so we can at least do some useful stuff in the meantime. You know, we'll hold off. I'll do the other useful stuff in the meantime. Syria, Lebanon. So Syria first, Lebanon second. Repeat, continue. I think there's a cooldown where we get some negative X because we only just rivaled the alienation. Plus, my guys need to heal up on the border. It's gonna be a nice quick roll through Egypt when the time comes, but.
Our enemies are still in control.
Ooh, didn't hit the 86% chance, but we can just roll it again. Oh, you can't purge.
At your service.
You can purge. So we'll bring a second one in here, and we'll purge 2 points at a time.
What's the up?
You're purging the executive. We'll send
Your orders.
you after one of the other points. So we've got identity blocks. Bonuses decrease in rest. Workspace and costs money. Legislature is purge against the executive. Yeah, so we'll do this one. Here, if we get that one, that'll make
Targeting
it
the
easier.
opposition.
Can we control the media?
I will help them.
The RNG on us domesticating them is RNG. Of course, as you can see, the RNG does not take too long. Now have... Oh no, that was one of my other ones. We haven't domesticated that one yet. Give it a moment.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Policy direction complete.
Federate, Lebanon, confirm. Repeat, continue. We'll declare on the next one. New core at Mercury. Yeah, I want to upgrade the base. Upgrade you, upgrade you, upgrade you, upgrade you, and the solar farms. Yep, that's going to cost us nobles in the short term, but in the long term, that'll be more nobles. Alien administration annexes Italy. Okay, that complicates things a little bit. Gives them another army. Although that's more territory we just merge into the federations here. So the Caliphate will take over Africa. EU will take over Italy. Okay, you're now under our control.
Our associates are now in charge.
Associates are now in charge.
We are in control now.
We are in control now. So, if that is... my math is correct, and my math apparently is correct, that is enough for us to control 60% of the Earth's GDP. 63% is now under our control. Well, at least half under our control. It'll fully be under control when we control the other half of the USA. And I now control the executive, so it is time for the USA to befriend the Greater Coalition. At least stop rivaling them. In so many random wars. War with Hungary, war with Austria, a war with Romania. The big problem with all of those is that the EU, I think, was in the war with them. Although I might be wrong with that. Yeah, so it's just the USA that doesn't help me much. Another base in Mercury that's now upgraded. And yeah, it's gonna turn the nobles off in the meantime. We're upgrading the mine.
What's the op? Terminating the opposition.
Reporting in.
Standing by. Terminating the opposition.
Okay, confirming assignments, letting some time pass. That should also be helping a lot with the research, because the USA's got a decent amount of research. What, I think before the USA this was like January 1st, so we're already saving like 12 days on one of the more expensive techs.
Offering counsel.
Oh, and of course, because of changing situations, I now control Romania. Because I control the United States. I accidentally changed myself into control through Romania. Okay. Oh, can't do that until the 20th of May. Okay. So that does get America out of one war. What was the other? Austria and Hungary. Okay, we'll just take those American armies and well, Hungary actually has some armies. Although Austria doesn't, so we can just go around to Austria. Okay, the route to Austria is through Hungary. Also, where's the rest of the United States armies? In the United States. That makes sense. Not super surprising, I suppose. America's just going to randomly do some regime change in the Central Europe. Let's get the entire American army together to do that.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Mission complete.
So we could federate Tajikistan, but no, we want it in the Eurasian Union. So it's time to declare war on the alien administration. Okay, so 14 armies should very rapidly be able to pour through the little resistance there is. Okay, basically crush all resistance in Europe and just Europe, basically, right? So we got Brazil. We'll let Brazil off the hook. We'll probably roll into Turkey. Yeah, we can push that in the kill fight. We'll roll into Turkey. Although Turkey does have a bomb. Turkey has a bomb. We'll see. Oh, the solution to Turkey might be, when it comes time to roll into it, is purge it first. Belgium, Luxembourg, Switzerland. Yeah, so the only people we're probably not going to bother with is Brazil. No point in invading Brazil. Switzerland has a bomb. So we just need to purge those places before we roll the army into them. Plasma tornado damages base. Just get to the shelters. We can now protect the base. Break up the emergency cooling system with all the water we have that we don't need. Cab module complete on Mars. New spaceworks. Okay, I don't need that, but it's done. We inherited that probably in progress construction-wise, so that's what it is.
Our people have taken control.
People have taken control.
Our associates were unable to take control.
Ooh, did not succeed. Send you around for path 2. Pass 2. Okay, that's not bad. They're actually pretty well teed up for rolling into Austria. This is not a megaphone I control currently. Belgium has no bombs. We might roll into Belgium. Oh, that's the Swiss Army. So we've got an American army engaged in the Swiss Army. That I'm on board with that. Totally on board with that. Okay, so presumably I don't need to declare war on anyone currently. So it's more chain urging our way into nations that we're worried about nuking us. We send in an army. So, places like Hungary, Austria, Switzerland, not Belgium. That first point in Belgium is probably going to be the easy one to get. We'll pay the influence.
Terminating deposition.
I got the influence to pay,
Reporting
so
in.
it's not a concern. Well, let's start having you public campaign in Turkey. Turkey's a little bit harder to get into.
Making our case.
Confirm assignments, let some time pass. Okay, the Belgian army is trying to reinforce the Swiss army.
I will help them.
Spacecraft defenses, cool. Let's grab that advanced ECM. You know, the advanced ECM and the Dusty Plasma Radiator, we can redesign the ships. And see if that's reducing the noble milk cost. Sun Tzu base is complete with getting its mining construction rebuilt. Is it operational? It is not operational. There is not enough power. Can I power something else off? Power on the mine. Yes. Okay, so the mine is operational. We want to sort the power problem, so we'll for the long-term solution. But short-term, that is fixed.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
31% swing
We're
in
winning
Turkey.
their
Ooh.
hearts and minds.
That mind control is strong. Still stuck at 85. Probably need one to maintain.
Public opinion is moving in our
We'll be
direction.
living off and send them somewhere else, like Turkey. Crackdown in Romania, that's fine. They're having a 1-2 punch again in the places. I'm just fine. Alien Egyptian Republican Guard has been destroyed in Cairo. So the new colony mining complex is operational at Mars. And it did turn on, yes. Not a particularly strong source of noble metals, but it's operational now. Another one coming online at Mars. This one is just a rebuild. It didn't even provide any nobles. But it is now operational. The aliens we just domesticated in Munich have been destroyed. It's fine. The Swiss army and the Belgian armies pulled back. I think the two US armies will just roll into Belgium then.
We are in control now.
We are in control. If we can take the executive, that takes their finger off the bomb, let's say, the bomb button. And the US Army can roll in and hand us the rest of the objectives there.
We've removed some threats.
Here we are, full control of the USA under our control. I might want to improve the environment a bit. More than that. There we go. Alien army moving towards Prague. Well, this is an alien human army. Dusty Plasma Raider is complete. Oh, I'm going to need all the tier 3 modules if I'm using these in places, so we'll need to do the research universities eventually. I lost that point in Romania, which is fine. Oh, they're sailing through the Suez Canal. Okay, I don't know where they're going. They're going somewhere. We'll find them later. Do I care enough? That's a good question. Do I care enough?
Standing by for orders.
Ooh, I don't have enough idea to know if that's an alien or not. Okay.
Ready for my mission.
Where do you need me?
Yeah, still the guys we had there had great
I'm
passive investigate.
On the
Forgot
way
what
to
that
the target
is.
site.
Reporting in.
I need to purge the executive there.
Removing our enemies.
Ready.
Ready to break into the
Removing
first one,
our
and then straight to the
enemies.
executive. Again, I basically just need the executive on these to take their finger off the nuclear button, so the armies can come rolling through. Can't approve your persuasion. Good to investigate. Yeah, let's do investigate. And then confirm assignments, and that's a time pass.
Offering assistance.
Peace dividend in Tajikistan. Yeah, just do all the demobilization and they'll be fine. Another mining coming online in Mars. Again, no nobles coming from that one. These are rebuilds mostly. And I got the mission control that it's not a problem that we're over mission control. It's on the limit. And yeah, that's something that might start happening. Not everyone was at particularly great integrity going into Egypt. Although this is freeing up investment points.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
We've moved the needle.
Oh, I don't need to be public campaigning there anymore. Advanced ECM is complete. Dusty Plasma, I think, is, although this might technically be better from a noble standpoint. If I'm really trying to keep the noble cost down. Angle up trains for economy. Yeah, I should probably get the repair rate on the armies. Get those armies repairing faster.
Mission aborted.
I'm surprised how many of those are being destroyed. I must have been much worse shape than I thought going in.
We've removed some threats.
Our people have taken control.
Let's suppose I can move you out of the way. Oh, we can move you into Austria. Okay, that works. Okay, I think the U.S. armies are some of the better ones in the world. 5.8 in the EU. Well, the EU at this point basically has no armies. United States is still rolling around at 6.3. Yeah. So the 10 U.S. armies at this point are probably the best armies in the world. Especially after apparently most of the Kalefites still got their 2 armies. India's got 1. China's got 1. Russia's got 1. Iran has run out of armies. Yeah, at this point I think probably could pull back to our own territories, except that we've lost the fight for the moment. I don't think they're going to be able to take America back from me, but do defend interest there to
Securing
make
our
it
interests.
a guaranteed no.
I'm here.
Honestly, as far as Romania goes, push them back to the EU. So if we can keep the executive the 25th of July, we can push them into the Federation.
Targeting their position.
At your service. Terminating the opposition.
Okay. So yeah, probably out of all the nations, the EU is probably the one we need to build the army in the most. Or is it going to be the one where the army building is the most useful? Do you have a hostile? You have a hostile claim. So I'm slowing the rate that the hostile claim does. It gets removed by quite a bit doing that, but I think that'll be fine. Okay, confirm assignments, let some time pass.
Securing our control.
Lending my expertise.
First Belgian army has been destroyed. It's 2 US armies versus the garrison of Belgium. No changing political circumstances kicked you back to... Oh, that's because we did that in Hungary. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Okay, so we now got control in Hungary, manage relations.
The people will come to our side.
The people will come to our side.
I'm going to encourage a little bit more research. It'll slow our own projects down a bit, but it'll accelerate global. Just because I feel like we're in a position where we might be able to push global a little bit more.
Our associates are now in charge.
Initiative in Turkey. Okay. So now we got the button off the nukes, or the finger off the button in Turkey. Of course, the Caliphate armies and such, their main combat group needs time to recover. The U.S. armies are still on the attack, or, well, could be on the attack. We're waiting for taking the button off in
We're in control
Austria.
here.
Halfway there. New meaning currently functional in there. That's going to provide a bunch of nobles. Wonder if the USA is going to hand this over to the EU. That would be best instead of it respawning Italy. Might respawn Italy. Although at least then it would be in Italy we control.
position. We'll make things safe.
Standing by for orders.
Ready for orders. We're taking power.
Ready for orders. Targeting the opposition.
Where to?
Oh, I need to start working on Switzerland as well. Although Switzerland will require public campaigning.
We'll make our
Although that probably means I should be public campaigning
Where do you need
you there.
We'll make our appeal.
ready for orders.
Okay. Waiting for this army to repair. That's actually one thing where probably should have picked up the rapid repairing materials quicker for the army repair rate. We'll go looking for all the army repair rates at some point. Okay, let's check to make sure. Full tech tree, full search, army, repair. Okay, that one and predictive logistics. So we can do predictive logistics next. That should help to get the armies repairing a bunch quicker. Which will hopefully keep us from losing more of them. Not that in the long run, I don't necessarily need to keep them all, right? We just need enough to keep the peace. Your enemy capped to investigate capped. Get security or science. We'll grab or grab some science on you, I suppose. You're not command capped. Grab some command. You're not command capped. And you're making the Indian army stronger. Although there's only one Indian army at this point. And I haven't improved the Indian army in a long time, so it's pretty bad. Here we go. Yeah, so hopefully these get fed into
Offering support.
the EU. Those two. As soon as you complete and we have control of the nuclear button in Austria, the U.S. armies will roll in. And then when they're done there, they'll roll down Italy. When they're done with that, I suppose we're rolling into Turkey. Oh, that's a interesting tidbit. Because a lot of the armies are coming from, obviously, a lot of the alien armies are Italian. So as we liberate Italy, if they're not successfully defending Italy, they'd be defecting. And yeah, they are defecting to the EU.
We've moved the needle.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Research universe is complete. So if I'm willing to pay a bunch of mission control, that's a very good way to get a lot more research. We apparently are occasionally finding human armies, so let's get the bonuses the rest of the human armies there.
We're in control here.
Okay, we got controls. 6 U.S. armies roll into Austria. There we go. No, that was the different one. I still think we'll get the control in time. Kabul region no longer hostile to India. Still one more hostile claim. We now have an authoritarianism, or we're now authoritarian enough, democratic enough that we can now move Nepal and Bangladesh in diplomatically, I believe. Although, is Bangladesh a hostile claim? Maybe 3.04. Plus 1.5. Guess it must be something about hostile claiming going on there. Kathmandu. No, that should be... I think it's the red ones are the hostile claims. So it's Malay and Thumb. Which I probably pronounced terribly. Or those ones on the Federation. That's probably the ones on the Federation. Oh yeah, there's unification choices in Bangladesh and Nepal. So when I get free counselors, I can send them over and do those unifications.
We're in control here.
Our associates are now in charge.
There we go. That takes the finger off the nuclear button. Taking control of that one. Oh, and it's already moving to Naples region for me. That works. The Bundeswehr in Austria is now under our control. So we can tell it to get out of the way. Apparently it's under control, but it's not under control.
Ready.
Oh no. Yeah, no, it's supposed to be in my control. Surprised I don't actually have control over it. It doesn't matter. It's if we can't get it out of the way, then the U.S. Army is going to destroy it, which is also probably what's going to happen in the long run. But oh, we're public campaigning there. That makes sense. So purge to get the first point,
Moving our enemies.
and then I need. Probably
At your
one of you is
service.
going to be enough. Let's take you off to set national policy in India.
Heading to the capital.
Okay, I think we're about to cause Belgium to be hoofed. 25th of July. Relations here. 2nd of August. Oh, 25th of July might be soon enough. I might be worth sending someone to do that mission
What's the op?
in Romania.
On my way to the capital.
You know, I don't think I need another purge for the moment, so we're gonna actually send you to India.
Time to
national?
make a move.
Where did I have you set? No, you were national policy in Romania. I meant to
Heading to
have
the capital.
you
Your orders?
do the national policy in India. Doesn't really
On
make a
my
difference
way to
which
the
one's doing which, but as long as they're getting done. Your admin cap's 24, so you're capped on that, so it's investigate or science. We'll grab investigate. And then your investigate or science, we'll grab investigate. And then firm assignments, let some time pass. Oh, do I have control over you? Supposedly I do, but might be one of those weird situations where it's already under attack, so I can't. Yeah, might be one of those weird situations where I can't control the army. That's fine.
I will help them.
It might also be one of those where it's suppressed by the hostiles, so it can't leave the town. Oh, you didn't join in because you're the Hungarian army. That makes sense.
The people will come to our side.
Brussels region has fallen. It's now part of Belgium, or part of the EU. The 10th Panzer Division deploys in Munich. Actually, that might be getting a little ahead of myself. They still have access to the nuclear rebellion. I'd prefer not to lose 2 US armies. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. Cancel. Okay, hopefully that's going around Switzerland and not through Switzerland. Moving to Paris. Can I give you a different order in the meantime? Oh. Yes, that is the 10th Panzer Division. I don't have control of it until the next cycle. Fair enough. Switzerland is proposing to end its war with the United States. No. Brazil proposes. Are you... I'm gonna say no, because I'm not sure if you're the war leader. Alien administration, no. That's why we're saying no, is because we don't want to let the alien administration out of it. Bonus damage to human armies. We don't actually need bonus damage against alien armies. There hasn't been any that landed since the first match that successfully got through. What do I want to do? Probably not all the torpedoes. Build army parties, maybe a little tempting. Let's favor the stuff that actually builds armies and navies better. Oh, that's bonus damage versus human armies as well. Let's get the bonus damage against human armies as well.
Mission complete.
Unification, Bangladesh.
Policy direction complete.
Federate, EU.
Policy direction complete.
Unification, Nepal. There we go. We are going to have to do some unrest reduction. 5.5 is a little high. Austrian Bundeswehr is destroyed in Vienna, so the 5 US armies are should very rapidly be able to get Vienna to surrender at that point. I don't have control of the army yet, so I can't tell them to be a little less threatening the the Swiss with the nuclear weapon usage there.
We are in control.
Okay, we got
now.
1 point. We need to get the other one. And then the U.S. Army can roll in to do what they're doing right now. And do what the EU Army is doing. Okay, and I have control over it. Honestly, it's actually one army. We might leave it there for the moment just to keep the Merco symbol. Okay, by default it wants to purge that one. We're going to skip straight to the executive.
We're taking power. Ready for my mission.
I think we've public campaign there enough. Purge back the Romanian points.
Removing our enemies.
Ready for my mission.
You're going to go stabilize India, because India's a little unstable given we just merged 2 people into it.
We'll turn down the heat.
Oh, yeah. Tempting actually to build an army or 2. Just give it some unrest reduction from armies. I'll slow down its fixing of itself, but...
Terminating their position.
Ready to go. We'll turn down the heat.
Oh, the other thing I can do is I can turn off the government. Right, so we can swap that over to, say... Does it want more welfare? Maybe in the temporary sense. Yeah, maybe in the temporary sense. And then if we pay 23, we get another army. That should provide an unrest reduction, although it doesn't. 0.41. It's not a big unrest reduction. Okay, let's confirm our summits. Let some time pass. Okay, so we got control of Austria. 4th of October, we'll be able to bring them into closer cycle with the EU. Ninth of February, I think, was when we can merge you into the EU.
Offering assistance.
Save who we can. EU takes control of Rome. Push those 3 armies a little farther down the Italian peninsula.
I am impressed. That does not happen often. But tell me, what new weapons does this allow for? And when will they be ready? Anything else is of little consequence. Commissioner Kiran Banerjee, memo to technical staff.
What weapons does this allow for? Oh dear. Terra fusion reactors. The servants picked going clean energy next. Possibly because that's all that's left of the tech tree for them to pick. That might have been what they were forced to pick at that point. Yeah, it was that or that. Oh no, they could have picked targeted biological warfare. So it was not targeted biological warfare. They went for clean energy. Good on them. Doing some more climate change mitigation is, I think, a good thing.
Order is returning.
Things are stabilizing.
Oh, they're moving on to Hungary. Instead of coming from executive in Romania. Mining base complete on Mercury, which is going to be more nobles.
Our associates are now in charge.
So we got a Romania point back.
Our people have taken
Got
control.
the other Romania point back.
Our people have
There
taken
is
control.
the button off the Swiss nukes. Or the finger off the Swiss nukes. So in goes the US armies. Now I'm not worried about losing them. In go 7 armies. Should make that a nice quick suppression of Switzerland. Okay, if you insist on coming to help, you need to deploy to the Caliphate, not to the Turkish border. I would have preferred you actually stayed in India and gave us an arrest reduction, but too late. We'll finish them in Egypt and probably move the troops back east. Okay, so then I think it's probably time I do some survey locations to make sure there's no
Surveilling target area.
alien
Standing
bases
by
in these
for orders.
locations that swapped over the aliens. There should be, actually,
Setting a watch.
but we'll check to make sure one way or the other. Got unification with Syria, so it is actually time to do
Ready
some
to go.
unifications in the Caliphate area.
On my way to the capital.
Before we bring this part to a close, we did do some upgrade options for the antimatter UV Block 6, so let's see what that does to changing the price. So we can replace... we don't have the drive upgrade yet, so we're still stuck in the same drive, still stuck in the same power plant. We can replace the tin droplet with the dusty plasma radiator, which is actually going to cause the nobles, I think, probably to go up. I say it has absolutely zero effect on nobles? What? Do the radiators, like, weigh nothing on this ship? Yeah, the radiators basically weigh nothing because this is apparently a fairly efficient drive. Are you open cycle drive? You're an open cycle drive. That explains it. The power plant is just powering the weapons. Fair enough. So the radiator barely weighs anything. We haven't built any of these, so this is... Yes, this is going to invalidate it as an upgrade, but... This is pretty good. We're going to shove ECM Mark IIIs on this. And then we've got the upgrade for the plasma, heavy plasma. And that is the upgraded ship. Antimatter UV Block 7 Class Titan, pull in 60 KPS, 24 millig. Should make it a fairly viable intersystem ship. We're going to be about 400 nobles, so we're looking 30 days, and then we get these ships under construction. Yeah, 30, 40 days. We get a batch of 10 of these under construction, and then we'll ship them out to Jupiter, which will either induce a response for the aliens or it won't. And then we'll probably send the fleet at Mars out to Jupiter to follow along. Instead of sending a colony ship along, I think we're going to send out the Marines and have the Marines take possession, let's say, of some hostile locations. Okay, so we're going to do save this design. That's what we want to do before we bring this part to a close. If you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow. I'm thinking the next part up tomorrow, we will probably finish clearing out the alien administration, and maybe taking advantage of the fact that the alien administration has dragged in a few nations that we can merge into our super nations here, right? So we've got Switzerland that we're going to drag into the EU. We got Turkey that can get pulled into the kill fight, and of course we have the alien administration. Once that's done, we'll probably just peace out Brazil. Although, I suppose we could try to do regime change in Brazil too. I'm a little less pro to sending the American army to do regime changes in Brazil. Partially because they have a nuke, and if I'm going to already go to the effort of turning the nuke button off, that means I already have 2/3 of the points, so probably not going to do that. We'll probably peace them out. Yeah, so as far as GDP, we do control it's actually up to 65%. I think we were 61% earlier. We got 65% of the world's GDP under control. There is one notable alien fleet. And okay, we got to upgrade a bunch of HABs. I'm not going to worry too much about this until we're actually at Saturn, because it's going to be the same time to build a Tier 3 HAB with all the modules powered to Tier 3 at Saturn as it is on Mercury. So until we have a base on Saturn that is eligible for that, we're not rushing for that. We got the aliens all out of Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. We need to go to Ceres, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and the Oort cloud. And then we'll be done. Although that at the moment we don't necessarily go particularly fast in space. It'll be like 50, 60 weeks to go to Jupiter. Don't expect the next part to be Jupiter. Expect us to be building the ships to go to Jupiter, not to actually get there. The antimatter plasma core reactor and the next drive upgrade will make faster ships, or at least ones we're willing to burn more fuel on, let's say, which will make them faster for such long distances. But that's decent period of time in the future, right? That's not done until the 27th of November. I suppose we could delay the ships one more time to get the next power plant, but I don't think the power plant's not going to save us anything, really. Power plant's pretty late. PM. If you're watching on YouTube, there'll be a part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. And once again, I'm going to take a short break to get up and stretch. instead of replacing the cup of tea, which I usually do halfway through the stream because it's only a 3-parter, I'm going to go grab a can of soda. So it'll be about a 3-minute break if you're watching on Twitch. So until the next part, I wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part. And with that, bye for now.